Quentin Tarantino, a modern legend, director of 9 feature films since his 1992 debut Reservoir Dogs. His influence, both good and bad, is unparalleled.
Why the need for so much gruesome, graphic violence? Why not let us imagine
Because it's so much fun, Chan. Get it?
Tarantino's esteem has only grown over the last 30 years, and he is often mentioned among the rare directors whose name alone translates to box office dollars. When he releases a new film, critics and prognosticators alike discuss his lasting appeal, his shocking violence, and his love for movies. Yet his films push past the noise of the now to remain eternal for his fans. Let us travel beyond the now, to the before Tarantino was a legend. Back to a time when Tarantino leveraged the sale of a script to finance his first feature. Let's dive into True Romance, the thesis statement of Quentin Tarantino's oeuvre.
Listen, do you mind filling me in on what I missed?
Tony Scott's film had much of the late director's style, but the words and plot are easily identifiable as Tarantino's. As a stylist, Tarantino has evolved in staggering ways over the years, but as a writer, his well-used tools have been there from the beginning. True Romance starts similarly to Reservoir Dogs' Madonna like a virgin debate. One of our main characters sits in an eating establishment, waxing poetic about pop royalty. Like Reservoir Dogs, and almost every other film he's made, this scene revels in the legend of a pop figure and their overwhelming influence on a character in the movie. In the rare film where the conversation is not about an actual famous person, Tarantino invents legends within the world of the film for people to pine over. Let's look at the showdown between Christopher Walken and Dennis Hopper, a.k.a. the Sicilian. For our purposes, you need a little context. Clarence and Alabama, our main characters, have accidentally stolen a suitcase full of cocaine from some very bad people. On their way to L.A. to sell the drugs, they get a little cash and some help from Clarence's father, Cliff, played by Dennis Hopper. Vincenzo, played by Christopher Walken, is tasked with finding the missing drugs for his boss. Vincenzo is not a nice guy.
Who are you?
The Antichrist. You got me in a vendetta kind of mood.
And when we find him in Hopper's lonely trailer, we know we're about to learn just how not nice he can be. The stakes are clear. Cliff can give up his boy's plan and possibly spare his own life. Or he can protect the newlyweds and die knowing he did a good thing.
I haven't killed anybody since 1984.
The audience is stunned and exhausted. There is a version of this scene in every one of Tarantino's films. 2 or more powerhouse characters, often played by equally magnetic actors, facing off with words and a solace of violence.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
The opening scene and card game from Inglourious Basterds are so good they practically birthed Christoph Waltz and Michael Fassbender into the mainstream. Jackie Brown has multiple scenes like this. Ordell and Jackie, Lewis and Melanie, Max Cherry and almost everyone else in the story. Django Unchained's intro of Leonardo DiCaprio. As much as Tarantino is known for pop references and violence and all that can be found in True Romance, he has always been a master at these tense exchanges.
Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
Some quick notes about other early habits from the Tarantino filmography. Clarence and Alabama enjoy a meal at a diner, like prototypes for Pulp Fiction's Ringo and Honey Bunny. While not expressly broken out on screen as chapters, the structure of True Romance spends very little time on the time between scenes. You could make a fun game out of giving each scene its own chapter, like Tarantino will write for each of his directorial efforts. True Romance is clearly a Tony Scott film. It has the wonderful flair to be expected from one of his films. But the blueprint is clearly Quentin Tarantino's. And it's one Tarantino would be building off from for the next 3 decades.